read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
They'll try to run. And he's going to pick up the Vikings first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on fourth down.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 2nd and 2. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll go play action with Darnold. The second down throw is incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing. These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are out to an early 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even-keeled. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to get away. He's going to go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Vikings offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. So from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. Darnold to the air once more. He'll let this go. Deep for Jefferson. And he will go all the way. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Reichard good with the extra point. The Vikings are out to a 10-0 lead. Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Justice Hill to return. Now an opening past the 30. Past the 40. To the 20. And he's going to take this one coast to coast. 96 yards. It's a touchdown. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Here's a 2nd and 6. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still 2nd down.
Back to the ground after the penalty. And he'll work forward for a yard, but that's all he needed. This is going to be a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Into the hands of Juju. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Still third down.
So now, after the penalty, a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Darnold to throw. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. That's on the veteran guard, Laken Tomlinson. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. That one, take it in. Jordan Addison, touchdown Vikings.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air this one out, and that is incomplete. Now this offense could use the first of their timeouts. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And a good run there. Finds the lane. Gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first down. It's Ford.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by Ford. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Offense.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
This one taken in by Chenault. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 13 yards on the catch there, and that will be a first down. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 17-7 is the score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
That one is good. And the visitors are back within a score. It's now 17-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Vikings offense and Jordan Addison getting ready to get back on the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Evans. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed, and he's tracked down behind the line. 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. And he looks up, he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. First and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3-and-out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to pick up just enough on 3rd down to convert, and now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs. This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
The Vikings offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw is Darnold. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Throwing, Darnold. He's going to let one fly for Addison. He lays out and makes a spectacular catch. A big play for Minnesota. A gain of 57 yards.
And after that explosive play, they have a chance to extend their lead even more, and they have had their way. The defense has had no answers for anything they've done in the passing game, and they don't find out a way to slow them down. They could be in for a long game.
Darnold now to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Minnesota. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. Oh, yeah. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Tillman, the man in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, and that's Tillman.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That pass play good for 22. That's enough for a 1st down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Thrown left side, the catch is made. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to the air one more time. He'll go left side here and complete this one. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. Tillman, the man in motion. They'll look to throw yet again. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Jamari Thrash has a touchdown. The extra point now coming from Blankenship. It's up and through. And the visitors back within 7. It's 24-17. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. That one into the hands of Jefferson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one caught by the former Lion, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Darnold to the air once more. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Darnold again. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Darnold to throw again. That's caught once again by Hawkinson. And they will get the first down here and move into field goal range inside the 25.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
To throw again is Darnold. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. All right, Mike. And instead, that's why we get right back to it, as we'll get ready for the third quarter. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. The visitors' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Tillman, the man in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the zone read, they hand it to Chubb. Oh, a loose football. The Vikings have done it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Into the hands of Juju. And the defense can't come up to stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jordan Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their star running back, Nick Chubb, set to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Throwing now from the gun. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
It's a gain of 10 yards, and that will be a first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. To the left side, he's got Njoku. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And he's going to pick it up, take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
15 yards through the air. That's enough for a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll send him over to the left. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. This one taken in by Chenault. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to...
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Patrick Ricard. Touchdown. They're out there to block most of the time, but Greg, great reward for the fullback to carry it in for the touchdown.
Not every team in the league even carries a fullback, but man, if you have one on your roster, Mike, not many better places to use him than down here on the goal line.
The extra point is good. And the visitors are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Visitors 24.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Evans. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout and continuing to master running and executing this offense. Here's Evans. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this third down a lot tougher. So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now. And this one's good for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Evans. And he'll take this forward only to about the 46-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll run with Evans. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Darnold. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running takes them down to the 9. Here's a run. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll go play action with Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This a 31-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Vikings will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku. It'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. So after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. On play action, here's Darnold. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks. And I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt a pass. But if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Up the middle they go. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. Darnold. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the pistol, a give to Chubb. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the 1st down on a gain of 7. They run out of the gun, and it's Chubb. Yards are hard to come by there. Work it down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's got it! And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 37 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Tremble comes in motion. He'll run here. It's Ford. And he will score. Game on. Jerome Ford for the score. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
No problem there on the extra point. And the visitors are back within 6.
Visitors 31.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Evans. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conserved, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
It moves to 2nd and 10.
A run here with Evans. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll try to run for it.
So the 2 components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. This team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now whistles here, and a penalty. Somebody moved early up front. They'll look to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they've just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9.
Throwing, Darnold. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On 4th down, out comes the punter. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So now this team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. And you're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense. So give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
He's going to run it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. After that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Noise reverberating off the roof. Very loud before 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. So wind up a turnover on downs. The Vikings offense and Justin Jefferson headed back onto the field. 1st and 10. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And he'll take this forward only to about the 46-yard line. On 2nd down, they run the counter. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. In motion, it's Jefferson. They're going to go jet sweep on 3rd down. They'll bring him down right at the 35, but that is good enough. They pick up the 1st down. Now timeout for an injured player. It's Justin Jefferson, a man they cannot afford to lose. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as quarterbacks down 2-8. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down 2-8.
Will Waker on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt. The kick is measured.
So a win here for the Vikings. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings, as we say so long from Minneapolis.